What if I told you there was an instrument, a divine instrument, a flute in particular, capable of charming and calling out an extreme snake? We know cobras are the rulers of snakes. Well, to be precise, the main rule of all snakes is a king cobra. However, the snake I'm talking about today is different. It's more than a different breed. If the king cobra is the king of the snakes, then this particular snake can be called the god cobra. But before we uncover much about the snake, we need to revert back into our main topic, that is, this divine flute. It is important we discover the history of this flute, because by the time we uncover all there is to know about this flute, we will get to know amazing things about this divine serpent. This flute, this instrument has similar features and resemblance to what is called and known as a pungi. A pungi, also known as bin or murli, is a musical instrument that originates from the Indian subcontinent. Yes, it is that famous instrument that we've seen on videos known to bring out cobras and make them stand tall from inside a basket. It is a wind instrument into which air is blown and then channeled into two reed pipes. It is played with no pauses, as the player employs circular breathing and is used for snake charming. It is played by snake charmers to arouse snakes to dance. It has a high, thin tone and continuous low humming. To play a pungi, the player must blow air through the top tube-like portion of the instrument. One pipe makes drone-like sounds and the other produces the melody. The pipe that produces the melody has 7 holes and the range of 1 octave. The drone pipe has only 1 hole. Traditionally, both sounds are played simultaneously using circular breathing to create a hypnotic effect. Now, I have only explained and described with detail what a snake charmer's flute looks like and how it functions. So we basically have an idea of what this unique flute looks like. We can picture what it resembles, where it's inspired, and what it can do. But with this divine instrument, you can hum, awaken, and call out to a deity. You can awaken a snake god, a god cobra. You can get some sort of help, some sort of divine assistance, some sort of favor. That is, if you can manage to wield this instrument, and more importantly, play it and give him a worthy performance. A tune divine enough to satisfy this god cobra. To withhold this flute means the ability to create a special gathering, a special ceremony for this snake god. If I were to ask you what you'd think this flute was made out of, its components or materials, you'd go for the easiest options and say it's made of plastic, wood, copper, silver, maybe even gold. Nevertheless, the flute is made out of some secret coals. Yes, carbon. I know, it doesn't sound ideal for someone to put their lips on a flute made of coals. Carved and shaped to bear a resemblance to the cobra itself, the flute is also decorated with red rubies. Just so we know, a ruby is a pinkish red to blood red colored gemstone. Rubies are one of the most historically significant colored stones. They symbolize beauty and wisdom. From the ancient times, they were called and considered the king of all precious stones. Rubies are one of only 4 precious gemstones, along with sapphire, emeralds, and diamonds. All other gemstones are known as semi-precious. Rubies are the leaders of all precious stones. There is a deep and hidden meaning to why rubies are an important ingredient to this flute. Rubies were so precious that warriors would carry them as a talisman, as they believed it made them invincible in battle. Rubies have been a popular gemstone for centuries and have been set in many famous historic pieces of jewelry. In summary, rubies were very precious. Their splendor was so precious, the flute was divinely carved with them as a main form of decoration and glory. The pungi we just uncovered has 7 tone holes. This divine flute, however, has rubies replacing them instead. It's almost like clicking on buttons rather than blocking tone holes, with each ruby playing a different note, a different melody, a different euphony worthy enough to please and attract that secret god cobra. This flute is called the fiery Xerp charmer.